Hey guys, welcome back to Two Sticks. My name is Scott.
My name is Belida.
This is going to be another song reaction. We got a pretty good response on our first Dream Theater vid that we did.
Enthusiastic response.
Very enthusiastic. A lot of good feedback on that video. So we're going to do another Dream Theater song. This one's going to be a lot shorter than Stream of Consciousness. This one is called Pull Me Under.
And I have never heard it.
Belida's never heard it. We're going to watch the music video and he's going to listen, and we're going to put the video
so what do
right up here.
What do I need to know?
Well,
or do you just want me to go in blind?
I don't really know too much about the history of this song in particular, but I just know that I think the chorus is really catchy, and it's a good song.
All right, let's go for it.
There's not, too much else you need to know, so.
I have heard this in the background in the gym. I have heard this, but not seen this video. Look, it's a pretty funky video.
That's unfortunate. Alright, let me get rid of that.
No, just let it roll. We got the heavy metal guys rocking out. Very dark, somber. He's got that prog rock look you talked about.
It's a live show, so they're all sweaty and like.
You're like, yeah, he's got that Geddy Lee look, that other guy, long hair, beak nose.
He's basically Geddy Lee's cousin. Look at he's got a beak nose.
Geddy Lee's bigger cousin. He's the kind of guy.
He's a thicker guy.
Yeah, when Geddy Lee got beat up, he'd like, yo, I need your help, man.
And he's wearing a Napalm Death t-shirt. Oh, that's out of left field. I don't know what that's about.
I have heard this song, but not all the way through. When did this come out?
Good question. I'm not sure. Guys, put in the comments what album this was from.
Got some dark imagery, dark stage.
Pretty cool keyboards there.
Is that quite shredding? Is that what you call shredding?
I guess, man. That's on the keyboard. That's what I would say.
And now it's speed up. Again, he's got that high-pitched voice,
Yeah.
Okay. Bring it down, bring it home. Got like a heart with barbed wire.
No, you know what? Now that I think about it, this was from Images and Words. I'm pretty sure.
This guy looks like a zombie, like from The Walking Dead. Yeah. So as a musician, how hard is this to play?
This is not one of their more technical, difficult songs, probably, but if you took an amateur musician off the street and asked him to play this, he'd still struggle.
This actually has a late 80s, early 90s, maybe like early 90s kind of look to it, feel.
Yeah. I think this came out in the 90s, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was like 92.
Yeah.
For the other Dream Theater video, I said that I wanted to pick an instrumental because I didn't really like James LeBray, who's the vocalist. I didn't really like his voice that much.
He seems pretty cool.
But what do you think of his voice?
Actually, he seems pretty cool. It's definitely, a Geddy Lee type of thing. It's got that, operatic, I would call it an operatic type voice, and I would have liked to have been there at that show. Are they at a show, or is this just like they're simulating being at a show?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
It looks, just the camera work, do you notice how close the camera is to his face?
Yeah, this couldn't have been a show.
It doesn't look like, it was a real concert.
But but it looks, you get that concert feel.
Yeah, I was probably too hard on him particularly. It's just that I appreciate Dream Theater so much for just the virtuosity of the music. And I think that if you're comparing Jordan Rudess, the keyboard player, John Petrucci, the guitar player, Mike Portnoy, the drummer, even the bass player, God, help me, I forgot his name too. But everybody is insane talent at what they do, but he seems sort of like the weak link in my mind. Even though he's still a good singer, I wouldn't take that away from him.
Well, it's hard for a human voice to compete with 5 instruments played by virtuosities, right?
That's a good point.
It's either a good match or it isn't, and the more it's not a power trio. There's 4 people on stage, right? It's it either matches or it doesn't, and I mean, like I said, you're a musician. I'm not. You can appreciate a lot of what's going on there. But this is a cool song. I like. It feels defiant. You know, like I'm not afraid. Go ahead, give me. Yeah.
It's sort of that idea that if somebody came to you, someone you didn't really respect, and they gave you the ultimatum. They said, "Do what I want, or else." What would you say?
Draw the sword.
You'd say, "Or else."
I don't respond well to threats.
Always choose "or else." I think that's what this song is saying.
Right. I don't respond well to threats myself. So this could be like my theme song for the next 4 months because I got a bunch of crap planned and I'm kind of going into battle myself.
The song's called "Pull Me Under," man. That's just, if you're being taken down, I'm pretty sure that's not too far away from that.
This is kind of like you're being pulled under, but you've got a diver's knife and you're gonna gack him underwater and come back out.
Yeah.
It's like, screw you, buddy. Yes. I feel the defiance. I feel the anger in it all. You know. This kind of reminds me of some dudes that my little brother used to hang out with in the '90s. You know, they were all playing different kinds of music, trying to make it big. Not one of them did. Not one of them did. But that's the kind of look. They all had the hair, the black T-shirts, and the kind of I'm defiant.
Yeah.
Although I believe these guys kind of really have that defiance. They're not just posing on stage.
One thing about that, before we go any further, that just made me think of something. So it's funny because metalheads, a lot of that subculture prides itself on being nonconformist. But
they all conform to each other.
Exactly. they listen to unconventional music, and it's supposed to be rebellious and dark and all this stuff. But within the subculture, conformity still exists. And specifically after a band like Judas Priest back in the late 70s and early 80s, Rob Halford, the singer, went on stage. He was wearing black leather jackets with studs on them, and he looked like a biker dude up there.
Right.
All the metalheads, Judas Priest, all the metalheads, all of a sudden that became ubiquitous in the metalhead community. Everybody was wearing jackets with patches, and then the long hair thing came in, and and these guys were definitely conforming to that aesthetic within the subculture of heavy metal.
Yeah. Well, long hair's always been a musician thing, even in ancient times.
So it's one of those things where just because I think that we need to recognize in the metal community that just because we listen to this music doesn't mean that we don't also conform to certain stereotypes in our own way.
Well, I'm going to give a little food for thought with that, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, although, I mean, yes, there is that conformity element. Humans learn by emulation and by book learning, right? So we absorb things academically, but we have these things called mirror neurons, right? Mm-hmm. Like me hanging around you, you hanging around me, subconsciously, we're going to absorb information, right? When I go to the supermarket and I'm hanging around the people there, I subconsciously absorb that information. And without trying, there are certain things that I will start doing. And that's a survival thing. You don't have, if you had to sit down and teach kids every little thing they needed to learn to survive in a primitive environment, they'd get eaten by tigers or jump in a fire, right?
Yeah.
So part of that's natural. Learning is actually fairly easy if you open your mind. Then there's innovating. Being an innovator is much more difficult, which is where you take what you've learned and you turn it around, you twist it around, you make something new. Doing it well is even more difficult. But then you've got actually going out there and creating something. Something just comes out of you that may resemble nothing around. And that's really difficult. It just works out that 80% of what you see will be more conformist. Yeah. And then 20% will be on that edge.
To be fair, though, to your point, from what I've noticed, and I could be wrong about this, but from what I've noticed, the long hair thing, the black jacket thing, that's sort of a artifact of the past. A lot of people that listen to heavy music now wear regular street clothes. They don't look like goths, they look like normal people. The only indicator you might have that they might listen to that kind of music is if they're wearing like a band t-shirt. That's like a big giveaway. But other than that, we're not all walking around looking like Metallica in the 80s. It's just not that way anymore.
I also, another thing I noticed throughout the years is what's happening economically and culturally affects that. Like in the 80s, there was a period where there was a big boom. Generally, when that happens, the women's skirts get shorter, the guys' clothes get flashier, the hairstyles get flashier, right?
Yeah.
And then, you know, right around 2009, there's this big economic slump, and then you see people going to plainer clothes. Probably because they can't afford to buy new stuff, right?
Wearing jeans.
Can't afford to get the hairstyled anymore. They're like, let me just cut this stuff, you know?
That's a great point. Great point.
You know?
Let's finish it out.
Yeah, this is on that album. What was the name of the album?
This is from Images and Words. This was an earlier album. This came out in, I think, like 92.
Yeah, I have worked out to this music before.
Yeah.
What's up with the knots?
I think they're tying the noose.
Nice.
Yeah, guys can... It's a Christ-like thing.
Yeah, he's kind of doing the whole zombie Jesus thing, I guess. Yeah.
Weird.
That drummer looked like he was having fun. Everyone else is all serious. He's like, yeah, I'm cool. It's got a
Cool
good
thing
beat.
about this is the original song, I think, was like 8 or 10 minutes long.
Really?
But they cut it down to 5 minutes, less than 5 minutes for the video. So
Right, Joe.
thank you, Dream Theater, for doing that. You guys are awesome for doing that.
But why? Because you don't like it when it's too long?
Well, just because I think if you're watching a music video,
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't want to watch a 12-minute music video. you
But
know?
to be fair, you do album reactions.
I do album reactions. That's true, but that's slightly different. I don't know. I like, if I'm watching a music video, I like to kind of like to see it wrap up in like 4 or 5 minutes. But
Gotcha.
that's just a personal preference. That was it, guys. Do you have any final thoughts? Anything you want
No,
to
man,
say?
I like it. You know, this reminds me of people I know, and it's sort of, the prog rock thing is something that I missed a bit, you know, but it's definitely my thing. Like I'm definitely, all the prog rock you introduced me, by and large, I like it. So it's pretty cool.
Well, obviously, you guys know that I'm a fan of the song. Thank you for watching Two Sticks.
Like and subscribe.
Like, comment, subscribe. Leave your suggestions in the comments section. My name is Scott.
My name is Belida.
And we'll see you guys next time.
Booyah.